Hi everybody, thanks for pressing play on the video today. It's Caroline here from CraftyCarolineCreates.com. This is a video that I have been thinking about filming for a little while. It seemed appropriate to do it now as I've been talking to a few of you recently about the wonderful opportunity of joining Stampin' Up as a demonstrator. As you're probably aware, if you sign up between now and the end of celebration, the normal fantastic joining offer is even better than normal. So I would love to have some more of you join my team. I know a few of you have already taken advantage of the fantastic offer, but I'd love to have some more of you join before the end of celebration. So I thought this video and telling you my Stampin' Up story might help you in that decision process if you are thinking about whether you would like to be a demonstrator and whether it's the right thing for you. My story really starts in 2013 when I was getting married, and I decided that I'd like to make all of my own paper crafting wedding items, so invitations, order of service, all of those sort of things. But I'd never really done any paper crafting before. It's just one of those wild things, those dreams that pop into your head when you're planning a wedding. So I was stalking Pinterest and came across a really beautiful wedding invite that I wanted to sort of recreate, and it was using a stamp by Stampin' Up. I'd never heard of Stampin' Up. To be honest, I'd never even heard of stamping as a crafting technique. And I went on the internet expecting just to be able to order the bits, and then I found that there was this huge world. It wasn't quite as straightforward as just ordering it from the internet. You had to find a demonstrator, and I got in touch with a lovely lady that really helped me out. I blame her a little bit because she introduced me not only to stamping, but she showed me how to heat emboss, and I still think that is magic today. My husband probably regrets the fact that we heat embossed so many things in the run up to the wedding, but I was hooked really instantly. And what I loved about the Stampin' Up products as well was the way that they coordinated. As somebody that was really new to paper crafting, I loved the fact that they would look really professional because everything colour coordinated and looked great together. So I was buying quite a lot of Stampin' Up products, and I saw something in the catalogue that said if I signed up as a demonstrator, I could get £130 of products and only pay £99, and then any other orders I made in future I get 20% off. And it almost sounded too good to be true. And I spoke to the demonstrator I've been talking to ask about what's the catch, and it turned out there really isn't one. Worst thing happened is that I stopped buying product, I don't hit the very low quarterly targets, and I stopped being a demonstrator. There's nothing to give back. So I thought, well, I've got nothing to lose. Running up to a wedding, pennies count, so it was a good opportunity to save some money on things that I was going to be buying anyway. I think my first ever order, what we call the starter kit, so your first demonstrator order, I think it was something like 10 packs of Night of Navy cardstock and about 6 pots of silver embossing powder, because that's what I needed for the crafting that I was doing. So you can put absolutely anything that you want in your starter kit, whatever you need you can put in there. And it was so easy, and the wedding went really well. Everything looked fantastic. If you'd like to see what I made, I put a link in the description bar below, or you can go over to CraftyCarolineCreates.com and I will show you those items that I have made over on my blog, so you can see what I made. And I think for a relatively new paper crafted, I still think they're pretty good. And I was expecting after the wedding that was to be it. I wasn't going to be doing any more crafting. But, a lot of you can probably appreciate that after the busyness of planning a wedding, afterwards you sometimes find that you've got a bit of extra time on your hands. And my husband was working away a lot. Our wedding was in November. So firstly I made the thank you cards, and then I had a bit of time in the evening, so I decided to make Christmas cards as well, because I was really enjoying the crafting, and it was, the opportunity was there, and I was still getting my discount on everything that I was ordering. And what I found is between the wedding and the thank you cards and the Christmas cards I've been sending out, family and friends started to ask, like, are you making these things, Caroline? Like, where are these where are these coming from, and wanting to know more. So I was able to tell them about Stampin' Up and introduce them to all of the wonderful products. And I found that a few people were actually then asked to buy some things. So all of a sudden I found myself with a few customers, and it then became a lot easier for me to meet those quarterly targets. And you know, those orders were starting to help me pay for the hobby, so I didn't feel quite so guilty when I got a huge big box from UPS, because you know, I wasn't paying for it all myself. What I also found was I was really enjoying sharing a lot of the projects that I was making on the internet. There is a wonderful world of crafters out there that are so supportive and loving, both within Stampin' Up and you know, the wider crafting community. And one thing I was making a lot of was I was making some gift sets of cards, because I was loving making cards, but I was making far more cards than I could ever send. So I was designing boxes so that I could put cards in them and give the set away as a gift. And people started to ask me if I could do some tutorials for these things. And I thought, I don't want to do that. You know, I'm just doing it because I enjoy it. But I'm talking to my husband about it, and he said, well, you know, actually our camera is a pretty decent video camera. You can probably film them on there. And I thought, well, if I don't have to spend very much money, maybe I will give it a try. And I bought a really cheap tripod from John Lewis, and I still use the same camera and I still use the same tripod for all of my videos today. You know, if you watch a lot of my videos, you'll know sometimes the tripod gets hit and falls over. That's because it's the very simple system that I bought a long time ago and haven't upgraded. Maybe I should think about upgrading it soon. And I started sharing those tutorials, and people seemed to enjoy them, and they went down well, and my viewers grew. And I found that as my viewers grew, so did the number of people that were actually starting to buy Stampin' Up products from me. And you know, I found my customer base growing, and what was a hobby started very much paying for itself, and then it started paying for a few more treats along the way. And you know, it's just continued to grow and grow like that. The more I've shared the love, the more people seem to have enjoyed my videos and become my customers. And also recently I've also started to grow a lovely team of other demonstrators, a real mix of people that are starting to build a business just like me, as well as other people that were me, you know, 2-3 years ago, just buying things for the love of stamping and enjoying that 20% discount on their own purchases. If you are thinking about joining Stampin' Up, I would really love to have you join my team. If you'd like to chat about it anymore, I would be honoured to do that, so please don't hesitate to get in touch. Just a little reminder that the current offer is that you can pick £130 of products, any product you want. Like me, it could be a lot of cardstock if that's what you want to buy. You can then pick any 2 additional stamps from the catalogue, from the annual catalogue or the spring summer catalogue, any active stamp set. It will all ship to you for £130 of product, 2 extra stamp sets, all the shipping, and all you have to pay is £99. You'll also get in there a business pack with catalogues and order forms if you do want to join your own business. If you want to join to build your own business, those are great to have. If not, you don't need to use them. You can just keep the product and enjoy stamping as you are, just with a lot more toys and goodies to play with. If you want to join up after the 31st of March, the offer is almost as good. You still get £130 of product for just £99, including shipping and the business pack. You're just going to miss out on those 2 extra stamp sets that you can only get until the end of the month. After that, you will receive 20% net discount on all of your orders. As a minimum, that discount does go up as you spend or order or sell more. And there is absolutely nothing to give back. The quarterly minimums are extremely low and are very attainable just with your own shopping. If you don't hit them, all that happens, you stop being a demonstrator, there's nothing to give back at all. I really would love to have you join my team, or the opportunity to talk to you more about the joy of being a demonstrator and help you start your story just like mine. Okay, I'm going to go now and say thank you for watching. I will be back very soon with some more crafty products and projects. And do pop over to CraftyCarolineCreates over the next few days, and I will show you all of those bits that I made for my wedding, which is where it all started. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.